Hey you guys, today I want to look at Sephiroth. Of course, if you have not beaten the game, click off because there will be massive spoilers. I'll give you a second to leave. Okay, so I know this is not a playable character, but I just love this boss fight so much that I had to cover it. There was so much packed into this fight, so it's very possible that I will miss some things. If I do, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Now without further ado, let's break down Sephiroth. This is not going to be a boss guide per se, but more so I just want to detail all the different attacks and phases in this battle because there is so much here. In this fight, there are a total of 4 phases. Phase 1 opens with just Cloud and Sephiroth facing off against each other. He will slowly walk towards you, attacking when in range. He has 5 abilities during this phase, with 3 of them being attack abilities and 2 of them being magic. Sephiroth also has a 2-hit attack that he will use against you if you are close enough. Most of the time in this phase, Sephiroth will switch off between 2 of his attack abilities, occasionally using magic to attack you. The magic he uses is just Firaga and Blizzaga casts. Dealing enough damage though will stop the cast and stagger Sephiroth. I'm totally going to butcher these ability names, but Teleric Fury shows Sephiroth dashing forward to do a 3-hit combo. Attacking as Sephiroth is dashing towards you will cause you to both bounce back, leaving him pressured and open to attack. Another ability is Aeolian Onslaught. This is a rising slash before a strong attack downwards. This second attack will actually break through your guard, so the best thing to do is dodge away for the second hit. If Sephiroth misses the second attack, he will be pressured and open to attack. The last ability is Scintilla. This is a counterattack if he starts to take too much damage. He will crouch and hold his sword up beside him, ready to strike. If you attack during this, Sephiroth will dash forward and strike you once, causing a flurry of strikes to circle around you, damaging you multiple times. Other than that, there is not too much more in the first phase. If you try to damage him without punishing an opening in this phase, he will easily block all of the attacks, counterattacking after a bit. There's also a couple of stage transitions. If you don't end up staggering Sephiroth, he will strike you into the air before slamming you down to this platform. If you successfully stagger Sephiroth though, Cloud will be the one to hit him into the air before hitting him down to another stage. There are actually 2 different stages you can get to from the first stage. If you are doing an upward strike during the stagger, you will move to the slanted stage, though if you hit with an overhead slash, you will move to a smaller area. From this second stage, regardless of which one you end up on, Sephiroth can attack you and send you to a third stage. After dealing enough damage, Sephiroth will move on to his second phase. He holds his sword up and Miasma covers the blade before he slices and sends a wave of energy towards you. This knocks Cloud backwards and sends him back onto the slanted stage. He looks up to see debris coming together above Sephiroth. The debris forms into one giant ball before flying down towards Cloud. A party member will appear here to save you. It's not really clear what affects this since restarting this fight will show different characters showing up. Some people think it's based on your friendship or the level of your characters, but I haven't found any evidence to fully prove this. Anyways, I've only seen Tifa and Aerith show up for this first scene. It may be possible for Barret to appear here, I just haven't seen it happen. Anyways, Tifa will use her Somersault ability to break the debris, and Aerith will stop the debris with magic before causing it to explode. After this, Sephiroth will be in his second phase. While he still has the same 2-hit combo, sometimes he will do a strong strike before it. He also will now teleport to you instead of slowly walking towards you. Alongside his normal attack, Sephiroth can also do a 3-hit shockwave attack. In terms of abilities in this phase, he still has all of his abilities from the first phase, but has added on 2 additional attack abilities as well as 2 additional magic abilities. Boundless Void is one of his new attack abilities. This shows Sephiroth stabbing his sword into the ground and sending a cast of magic that homes in on your character. If you are close enough to it when the cast goes off, you will be bound and unable to move. Sephiroth will dash towards you and switch the blade to his other hand before spinning it and striking you into the air. Sephiroth will then jump up after you to slam you towards the ground. Staying far away from the cast when it goes off will keep you from being caught. The other ability is Hell's Gate. Sephiroth jumps into the air above your character before stabbing down towards the ground. When he hits the ground, waves of energy shoot out across the ground. After a second, energy shoots up from the ground which will throw you into the air. The magic abilities Sephiroth can use are Thundaga and Iraga. During this phase, Sephiroth is pressured throughout and he leaves less openings. If you can stagger him during this phase, you can get off a special team attack. If you have Tifa on your team, she will use her Star Shower ability before Cloud knocks Sephiroth through the floor to the platform below it. If you have Aerith on your team, she will use her Ray of Judgment to damage Sephiroth before Cloud hits him. If you don't stagger Sephiroth quickly enough, he will break the ground with Hell's Gate. After dealing enough damage here, Sephiroth will transition into Phase 3. Sephiroth rises into the air before summoning his iconic wing. He then uses his Boundless Void ability to hold you down, leveling his blade in front of Cloud. This is the next time a party member will save you. If Tifa appears to save you, she will run towards Sephiroth and use her Somersault limit to hit him away. If Aerith appears to save you, she will shoot a cast of fire at Sephiroth to knock him away. Barret will shoot at Sephiroth until he jumps back. Sephiroth has the same combos as before. He also has all of his abilities from his previous phase with situational abilities added. This phase is broken up by different infusions, with each one having a special ability associated with it. This adds on an additional 5 abilities since there are 5 infusions, as well as Octo Slash, which is used when Sephiroth is transitioning between infusions. For each infusion, that particular magic will circle around him. His blade is also infused with the magic he uses, except for the elemental infusion. Besides the elemental infusion, whatever infusion he is in will cause him to have a weakness to the opposite magic. So if he is using fire, use blizzard magic on him, and so on. Okay, now let's look at the special abilities associated with these infusions. If he infuses himself with fire, he will cast Flame Wall, which creates a wall of flames that slowly moves towards you. Ice infusion will allow Sephiroth to cast Frostspike. This will spawn multiple casts of ice around you. These will explode after a bit, but you can stop it from exploding if you damage it enough. Lightning infusion will let Sephiroth cast Thunderstorm. Thunder will continuously rain down during this infusion. Wind infusion will let Sephiroth use the ability Wind Wail, which lets him cast arrows that home in on you. When it hits you, a tornado will be spawned. It also seems like during his wind infusion, this Flurry of Slashes attack from his Scintilla ability is added on to the end of some attacks. After he has cycled through all of these, he will use Elemental infusion, which lets him use Shadow Flare. Dark magic will draw you in before an explosion throws you outwards. During his Elemental infusion, he will also be able to instantly cast magic without a casting time. After each infusion, Sephiroth will use Octo Slash before transitioning into the next one. Like its name suggests, this is a quick combo comprised of 8 strong strikes. The last thing I'll say about this phase is that I didn't see a unique team attack against him when you staggered him. The final phase shows Sephiroth seemingly spawning whispers from his wing before they circle around him. Elemental energy circles around him before he raises his sword into the air and summons a vision of the meteor hurtling towards Earth. During this phase, Sephiroth will float just above the ground, teleporting around to deal out attacks. He will send out 2 kinds of projectiles at you during this. One will bind you, leaving you open to Sephiroth's next attack. The other projectiles will just damage you without binding you. It seems like if the projectiles are shot out when he is high in the air, it will not bind you, but the ones shot out when he is close to the ground will. Alongside this, Sephiroth can also do a strong slice that will send out a wave of energy. You can see dark energy surround him and his blade before he does the attack. This is unblockable, so keep running to avoid being hit. The last normal attack he can do will trigger if you are too close to him. Air will fly around him, damaging you before he stabs his sword into the ground, creating a stronger burst of air. Alongside all of these attacks, Sephiroth also has 3 unique abilities during this phase. The first is Shadow Flare, which was an ability from his previous phase. Instead of 1 cast this time though, multiple casts will appear across the whole arena, drawing you in before exploding. Heartless Angel is another ability he can use here. This will have a short cinematic associated with it, showing Sephiroth jumping into the air before he throws his sword into the ground. Orbs of light spread out across the ground in a large circle, followed by an explosion of red energy. Being in this area will cause your HP to fall to 1. If you stay out of range, you will not suffer any damage and will have an opening to attack as Sephiroth descends back to the ground to retrieve his blade. His ultimate attack is Divine Proclamation. During this last phase, a countdown from 9 will appear above Sephiroth. When it counts all the way down, Sephiroth will rise into the air and send the meteor hurtling towards your party. This will automatically kill your party and will show Sephiroth looking down on you as the screen fades to the game over screen. And that is it for this fight. After defeating Sephiroth, there will be a scene showing your team work together to fight back against the Whispers, creating an opening for Cloud to deal the finishing blow. I really hope you guys enjoy this. I loved this fight so much, and I hope I was able to show you something new about this fight. Anyways, the cards on screen show the places where I'm sometimes active, so follow the links down below to stay connected. If you enjoyed this, click the cards on screen to see some other Remake content. Subscribe or share this, and I'll see you in the next video.